All right, now to this story we've been following all week. Saudi Arabia is getting ready to change its story about the disappearance of a Washington Post columnist in Turkey under pressure from the U.S. and other countries. Secretary of State Mike Pompeo spoke with Saudi leaders this morning about Jamal Khashoggi. Sources tell CBS News the Saudis are now willing to say that Khashoggi was captured inside their consulate in Istanbul and then died during his interrogation.
President Trump, who sent Pompeo to Saudi Arabia yesterday after speaking to the king, suggested rogue killers might have done it. Holly Williams is in Istanbul outside the Saudi consulate where Khashoggi was last seen. Holly, good morning.
Good morning. Sources tell CBS News that Saudi leaders are preparing to admit to the accidental killing of Jamal Khashoggi, despite denying that they harmed him or even knew of his whereabouts since his disappearance.
Secretary of State Pompeo is in Saudi Arabia looking for answers to the mysterious disappearance of Saudi journalist Jamal Khashoggi. Turkish investigators were finally allowed to search the Saudi consulate in Istanbul yesterday, spending around 8 hours inside the building. Khashoggi walked into the consulate 2 weeks ago and hasn't been seen since. A US resident and outspoken critic of the Saudi government, Khashoggi apparently needed paperwork from the Saudi authorities to marry his Turkish fiancée. Turkish officials, speaking anonymously, had already told journalists they believe Khashoggi was murdered inside the consulate, allegedly by a 15-man Saudi team that arrived that day and left Turkey in the evening. Saudi Arabian officials denied all involvement, insisting Khashoggi left the consulate, and this weekend calling the Turkish claims lies and baseless allegations. The question now is how much damage this will do to Saudi Arabia, an oil-rich, ultra-conservative Islamic kingdom and a key US ally in the Middle East. The country's crown prince, Mohammed bin Salman, has portrayed himself as a reformer, winning praise for finally allowing women to drive.
I like being independent. I don't like to count on someone else to do my stuff for me.
But in disgust over Khashoggi's disappearance, some business leaders have already pulled out of an investment conference in Saudi Arabia this month. Sanctions are being discussed in Washington.
Turkey's President Recep Tayyip Erdogan said today that investigators are looking into toxic materials here at the Saudi consulate and will also be given access to the Saudi Consul General's residence. Bianna.
Holly Williams in Istanbul, thank you.